Have you ever tried to do something nice for someone? A genuinely kind gesture and it completely blew up in your face? I don't mean just an awkward moment. I mean, you send a sympathy card and suddenly you're in a full-scale war involving mercenaries and thousands of chariots?
That sounds like a specific Tuesday for you. But no, seriously, that is the exact premise of the story we are looking at today. It's a fascinating collision of diplomacy, paranoia, and military strategy from the life of King David. It starts with a funeral and ends with a massive geopolitical shift in the ancient Near East.
It really is the ultimate butterfly effect. So set the scene for us. We're looking at 2 Samuel 10 and 1 Chronicles 19. King David is actually trying to be the good guy here, right?
Absolutely. The king of the Ammonites dies. This king, Nahash, had actually been kind to David in the past. So, David decides to send envoys to comfort the new king, Hanun. It's standard diplomatic protocol, but it's also personal. He's honoring a friendship.
So David sends his ambassadors to the Ammonite capital. It should be a somber, respectful visit. Where does it go wrong?
It goes wrong inside the heads of the Ammonite princes. They are deeply cynical. They whisper in the new king's ear, saying, "Do you really think David cares about your father? These aren't comforters. They're spies. They're here to scout the city so they can overthrow it."
Paranoia is a dangerous thing in leadership, so Hanun believes them. But he doesn't just send David's men home, does he? He does something unthinkable.
It's shocking. He arrests the ambassadors. Then, to humiliate them, he shaves off half their beards and cuts their official robes right in the middle, at the buttocks.
Whoa. Okay, to modern ears, shaving half a beard sounds like a bad fraternity prank. But in the ancient world, this wasn't just a joke, was it?
Not at all. It was social death. The beard was a symbol of masculinity, freedom, and dignity. And cutting the robes? That was about sexual exposure and shame. Hanun wasn't just rejecting a treaty. He was symbolically stripping Israel of its honor. It was a declaration of war written in humiliation.
And David's reaction is interesting. He doesn't immediately rage. He tells his men, stay in Jericho until your beards grow back. He protects their dignity first. But the Ammonites know what they've done. They know retaliation is coming.
Exactly. They realize they've made themselves, as the text says, odious, or a stench to David. So panic sets in. They take a massive amount of silver, 1,000 talents, and hire mercenaries from the north, the Syrians, or Arameans. We're talking about 32,000 chariots and foot soldiers. They buy an army because they can't fight David alone.
This is where the military drama peaks. David sends Joab, his top general, but when Joab gets there, he walks into a trap. The Ammonites are in front of the city gate, and the Syrian mercenaries are out in the open field behind him. He's surrounded.
This is a nightmare scenario for any commander. Fighting on two fronts usually means death. But Joab's reaction here is brilliant. He splits his forces. He takes the elite troops to fight the Syrians, the stronger professional army, and leaves the rest to his brother Abishai to handle the Ammonites.
It's a huge gamble, but I love what he says to his brother right before the charge. It's not arrogance, it's this strange mix of pragmatism and faith.
It is one of the best speeches in military history. He says, "If the Syrians are too strong for me, you help me. If the Ammonites are too strong for you, I'll help you." It's a pact of survival. But then he adds, "Be courageous, and may the Lord do what seems good to him."
May the Lord do what seems good to him. That is such a heavy line. It's not, God is definitely on our side so we can't lose. It's more like, we will fight with everything we have, but the result belongs to God.
Precisely. And that connects perfectly to Psalm 20, which many scholars link to this period. You know that famous verse, "Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God"?
Oh, that makes so much sense now. The Ammonites literally hired thousands of chariots. That wasn't a metaphor. It was the actual threat they were facing.
Exactly. The enemy had the superior technology and the numbers, but when Joab attacked, the Syrians broke. They fled. And when the Ammonites saw the mercenaries running, they panicked and ran back into their city. It was a rout.
And it didn't end there, right? The Syrians tried to regroup later, but David crushed them again, taking out their leadership.
Yes. And the result was a total geopolitical shift. The Syrians made peace with Israel and stopped helping Ammon. Hanun, the king who listened to paranoid advice, ended up isolated and defenseless.
It's a tragic irony. He was so afraid of being overthrown by spies that he created the very war that destroyed his alliances.
It really highlights the cost of cynicism. David offered kindness. Hanun saw a conspiracy. It's a reminder that how we interpret the intentions of others can determine our destiny.
And perhaps a reminder that when you're surrounded on all sides, like Joab, sometimes the only strategy is to do your best and let God do what seems good to him.
Couldn't have said it better.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for diving into this ancient drama with us.
Always a pleasure. Blessings.